Good morning. Happy New Year. Nothing doing yesterday football-wise. You can have a look at the Africans and then move on to today. Well, if you were up for it, this was certainly one to look at, Gabon and the Ivorians. Having a look at the standings, I noted it was 2-0 to Gabon. Where are the Ivorians? Gabon, again, falling into the whipping boy status that Botswana have. Watch out for those in the World Cup coming up this year. There will be a team like Botswana, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, who teams will be eyeing taking points off. This is important. You note I starred this as a potential banker as well. And off you go. Merry Christmas. Kanga and Buanga, the two Angers, getting the 2-0 lead. Crasso making it 2-1 before half-time. So a great entry point here. Crasso's equaliser, giving you your first cash-out opportunity. And then a little bit of a wait for the Ivorians. 84th minute, Guesson. So this is for those of you who don't like waiting, that's your first cash-out, particularly if you went match odds. If you get a goal before half-time, that will impact the market significantly. If you stay in, you'll have a small loss on the draw if we can get to the draw. That's the thing. 2-1, such a long time psychologically. Have we missed the boat? Are we going to make a loss? Well, Guesson and Toure making it 2-3 for a big payout relative to the 1.62 status. So one of them potentially, but it's just that gap between 2-1 and 2-2 which gave you a little bit of concern. Well, today's trading angles, and you must bear in mind the amount of football the Premier League teams and Championship League 1, League 2 teams are playing in such a small, compacted space. That can impact form lines. That's why I'm not doing the AI reports and the XG reports for this particular period. And it looks a messy coupon today in the Premier League, doesn't it? We've got two London derbies, Crystal Palace and Fulham, and Brentford and Tottenham. Very difficult to unpack. You know all about Brentford at home. We saw that in the last match. 2 or 3 goals. Similar odds as well to Bournemouth. 2 or 3 goals at home, only the one home defeat. They can be devastating at home, but this is a London derby, as is Palace and Fulham. It's all changed for these two. 3 consecutive defeats for Palace, 3 consecutive home defeats for Palace, 3 consecutive away wins for Fulham, who have had an awful time on the road. Notably, it includes 2 London derby wins as well for Fulham. So on that basis, they are the form side coming into this match. But as ever, it's a London derby. Don't be surprised if it's a surprise. Liverpool and Leeds. Well, Liverpool are back on some kind of a firmer footing, aren't they? Looks as if I have done an AII and XG for you. So that's a nice little Brucey bonus. I wasn't thinking of doing them for the Premier League at this stage of the season. But Liverpool scoring 2 goals again and winning again. 8 consecutive both teams to score matches for Leeds, but they are picking up score draws more than wins, which could be a potential concern for them. An interesting match today. It wouldn't surprise me to see both teams score, and in that regard, Liverpool will need to score 2 goals again to secure any victory. Brentford and Tottenham we've already looked at. London derby. Brentford in excellent home form. Both teams have scored in 7 out of 8 at home for Brentford. That's, again, like Liverpool, a need for 2 goals today at least to secure a win. Tottenham did beat Crystal Palace in a recent London derby. So that tells you all about these derbies. They could be anything, couldn't they? Sunderland against Man City. Well, 4 defeats for Sunderland came away from home. They have been competitive against the top 3 at home, but notably for Sunderland, 5 wins out of 7 this season have been 1 goal in it wins. So if they are to win today, it's likely to be a tight one. But stopping this Man City juggernaut, that's their problem. 11 out of 13 wins for Man City, 2+ goals scored, and consecutive over 2.5 goal matches suggests possibility of both teams scoring, but with Man City scoring more than their opponents. Looking at the Championship, League One and League Two, I have starred the odds-on favourites. That's really the only way I could look at getting involved in these. Notably for me, Ipswich have an air of banker about them, particularly at home. You'll recall their a superb performance against Coventry when not expected to deliver as comprehensively as they did. Middlesbrough are suffering a little at the moment, goal scoring wise. We noted that last match with that insurance. I hope you did the insurance on the Middlesbrough match last time out. Dominated the match, but just couldn't score. I think that's 3 consecutive without a goal. Really problematic. But we've got a few odds-on favourites. Bristol City at home. Well, Middlesbrough I've just starred because of the failure to score, not really because they're odds-on favourite. Ipswich should be banker material, I would suggest today. Preston against Sheffield Wednesday. Well, Sheffield Wednesday are, well, they've just had so many points taken against them. They're on minus points at the moment, so real difficulty there. Southampton have not been their usual selves of late. 3-goal heroes ordinarily. That's just dried up a little bit. Prior to the match with West Brom, it was all go, wasn't it? 3 goals, 3 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals. Now it's suddenly a single goal here, single goal there, single goal and a single goal. So do bear this in mind. You saw it with Middlesbrough while we needed to take insurance out. They are priced today to return to the 3-goal habit. But we will see. The Saints 1.71 at home, struggling for goals. Both teams are scoring. So it does make them a little less trustworthy than they were with the West Brom match and earlier. Sheffield Wednesday, possibility. Both teams scoring here. Leicester scored. Both teams scored in Leicester's last match. Sheffield United do have 2 or 3 goals under Chris Wilder. Doncaster, well, Bolton are odds on, but they failed to score when very, very short price favourites in their last match. Again, insurance saving the day there if you took it. But it looks a very difficult coupon today. Lots of 2.4, the favourite matches. These are the odds-ons. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. English League 2, Barnet, very strong favourite. Bromley. I think Bromley got us a play recently. Crewe, odds on at home. Notts County, odds on as well. It might be worth just having a look at the standings just to get your bearings with these competitions. I don't follow them implicitly. Coventry, top of the tree. Middlesbrough starting to leak points, as you've seen in the last 3 matches with their failures to score. Ipswich would dearly love a win today, get them into the top 2 if Middlesbrough fail again. Interesting to see Hull where they are and Millwall. That surprised me a little. Preston are just outside Bristol City as well. Both of these two with wins today could aim for this top 6 spot. And now you're in the new year. It's countdown to April, May. So those sides within striking distance of a top 6 berth will be keen to start delivering the wins, as will these bottom sides. Sheffield Wednesday are out of it, minus 7 points. But Norwich, well, with a win today, take themselves to 24. Oxford United take themselves to 25 with a win. Pompey, Charlton, Blackburn, Swansea, Sheffield United even. Surprised to see them all the way down there. Safe enough at the moment. 7-point difference for Sheffield United. But it's clear who's struggling. Oxford and Norwich, Pompey and Charlton. So note those today. Oxford, Norwich, Pompey and Charlton. You'll see Charlton here against Coventry. So this takes on greater significance. Pompey as well against Bristol City. Not favoured today. We know where they are now in the league. Similar story. League One, who's up and who's down? Let's have a look. Cardiff, one of those newly relegated sides, loving it in this less rarefied air. That's why they're dominating the league. Watch out for them. Lincoln, Bradford City, Stockport, Huddersfield and Bolton. Bolton failing to score in that last match, that 0-1. Notably, was it a local derby? Is that Huddersfield? I can't see with the big arrows. Mansfield, wasn't it? So Stevenage, Luton are the nearest sides to getting into the top 6. Wycombe starting to see that gap develop, which they won't like. That's an 8-point gap, which is 2 wins and 2 draws away from a top 6 berth. So for sides like Wycombe, Reading and Mansfield and Wigan and Blackpool and Peterborough, they're going to start collecting those wins. Look at Blackpool really going for it at the moment, and Peterborough as well. Charge, but they've got a long way to go. It's a bit of a comfortable gap at the moment to the top 6 berth. Relegation-wise, Port Vale look out of it, don't they? But Doncaster and Rotherham and Plymouth, 4 getting relegated. Oh boy, difficult. Need to start winning. Exeter, Northampton, Burton, Wimbledon, Leyton Orient, Barnsley, all the way. While Plymouth are on 26 points, they are within striking distance. All the sides up to the top 10, top 9. Well, 9th and lower are all within striking distance of 4th bottom. So it's a competitive relegation zone, isn't it? And in League Two, let's see if the odds marry with the league positions. I wonder if we can transfer that. No, there we go. So Barnet, odds on today against Crawley. Bromley, top of the tree. I didn't know that, but a winning set of winning sequences. Crewe and Cheltenham. Where are they? Cheltenham a bit too near the relegation zone, but it looks like there's only 2 to be relegated here. So that's going to give the sides on 24 plus points a little bit of breathing space, but it does bring Crawley, Shrewsbury and Bristol Rovers into the equation. Notts County, top 6, and they are odds on today. Crewe and Cheltenham, mid-table. Crewe going through a 2-match losing sequence. Cheltenham doing okay, but would like to get to 30 points, picking up some wins as well, just to get that gap between them and the bottom 2 even more comfortable. So it's interesting. I didn't know anything about these league positions. I don't follow these leagues week in and week out. I prefer the elite leagues. We can have a look at some of the XG analysis, seeing as I've done it. So let's take a look at the Premier League expected goals. With these apps in mind, I thank you for your emails. I'll be getting onto those soon and sending you your apps to trial. Crystal Palace, wasteful, says AI. Fulham, clinical. So expected goals of 1.11, but the actual is 1.39. The actual of 1.17, but the expected goals of 1.62 for Palace, suggesting they're creating enough for 2 goals, but they're not delivering on that. Solid defence, though, says AI, but leaky for Fulham. Fulham are the form side at the moment, but do please remember you're playing with fire if you're playing London derbies. Liverpool and Leeds. Liverpool are on par with their expected goals, and they're doing so, aren't they? 3 of the last 4 matches have scored 2 goals at least. Back up and running. Bit leaky defensively. Their expected concession rate is about 1 a game, but they're conceding a few more than that. Leeds United on par with their expected goals of 1.35, suggesting they can score a goal, but the second goal is the struggler. So interesting. I think Liverpool will need 2 goals today. There is a very strong both teams to score pattern But we've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin in a bit of form, don't we, for Leeds United? That could be important today. An ex-Evertonian as well, playing Liverpool. Effective set-piece threat as well, so that's nice that the app is picking up the set-piece expected goals and momentum from a 5-match unbeaten streak. So it's great that AI's picked that up as well. So things are improving with the app. XG Power Index, I don't know what that is. It's not giving me any idea of what that's meant to represent. So I'll have to ask AI about that. You can see we've got the names back. I did ask it to improve on that as well. So interesting. We've got to bear in mind Dominic Calvert-Lewin's form at the moment and the unbeaten run for Leeds United. What we should see from Brentford is they're on par, particularly at home. This is where I want to evolve the expected goals. Home for the home side, away for the away side. They're on par. So, yes, 1 goal, 2 goals, a real possibility, particularly at home, as you know, only the 1 defeat. Tottenham, no. Clinical, they say. Actual expected goals. Actual goals of 1.5. Expected goals of 0.99. So they are delivering, but they're not creating enough quality chances, really, enough of the time. Defensively, both of them stout enough. But the key today is whether Brentford can continue their excellent home form, which is going to see them right. Don't forget Tottenham have won a recent London derby against Crystal Palace. And moving on to Crystal Palace, I think we've done this, haven't we? Wasteful versus clinical. Yes, we have. So do please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to be filling it in 2026 with a lot more information, and the Bet and Goes will start transitioning. Now that I've got at least 2 of them results complete, I can start getting them analysed by artificial intelligence, come up with some patterns for us, which hopefully will move on into the future. I think delaying 20 minutes is one of the most promising patterns that I've noted. By delaying 20 minutes, you're creating automatic value for yourself, aren't you? And if they deliver on expectations with a 20-minute delay, even better. Have a great day. I'm not going to be doing a live stream today. I don't think we've got any family dues today. We were going to go out for a meal, but my mum, of course, going in and out of a car 4 times with a hip operation is not a good idea. Have a great day. I will certainly see members of FootballTradingProfits.com on Telegram later on.